And welcome back, Interior Alaska. Mike Fussell here with your latest local action. Well, the snow did not stop athletes from getting out this weekend, but we're going to start several time zones away where the Ice Dogs are playing their final game in the NAHL Showcase. While there was no snow on the ground in Minnesota, the Dogs did have to deal with a blizzard. The Brookings Blizzards, that is, and for both teams there was a scoring whiteout during most of the first two periods until about 15 seconds before the second intermission. The Blizzards would be the one to take the charge first and go up 1-0, but the Ice Dogs would answer back in full force in the final period. Caden Cahill found the back of the net just 38 seconds in. He would add another point for the Dogs off of a penalty shot a minute later. And at the final whistle, Fairbanks finishes on top 3-1, winning the showcase. The last Ice Dogs team to do that also took the Robertson Cup. And the Nanook volleyball team hosted another GNAC opponent earlier today. UAF took on Montana State Billings at the Patty Center. The two teams traded points for most of the first set. Alaska's Kenzie Mix set the tone for the Nooks, but it was not enough as the Yellow Jackets pulled away to take set one, 25-19. In the second, things would get interesting. UAF led for most of it, but the momentum evened out as the set point neared. Billings and Fairbanks hemmed and hawed to a 29-point tie. Then the Yellow Jackets managed to squeeze out 2 points in a row to take the set 31-29. They would do the same in their final round of play and take the match 3-1 over the winless Nanooks. And high school tennis players are now in the postseason. Their regional tournament started on Thursday and finishes today. Athletes from North Pole, West Valley, Lathrop, Monroe Catholic, and Hutchinson High School battled it out in singles and doubles tournaments. In the boys' solo bracket, the Wolfpack's Jared Lees will see his fellow teammate Bronze Garish in the finals. Lees beat out Zach Greenberg with two 6-0 sets. He's been perfect all tournament. And in the girls' single, Amelia Helms-Leslie made it to the finals last night with a win over West Valley's Roan Wilson. And we already have a mixed doubles champion. The Wolfpack's Trent Chu and Teresa Sample took the victory over James Cardish and Rachel Jordan of Lathrop. They will be moving on to the next level. We'll have full results on Monday for the tennis in the weekend recap with Joe Cook. And high school runners also try to get to the next level at their regional tournament. States is next week, and around the top 10 finishers will be headed down to Anchorage to compete. But today was all about getting there. The Lathrop boys squeezed out a 4A regional title over West Valley by just 3 points. Ty Donaldson took the top spot with a time of 17 minutes and 16 seconds. For the 3A boys, Caleb Corda finished first. West Valley dominated in the girls division, taking the top 7 spots. Jenna DeFalco led the team with her third regional title in the 4A division, and Grace Moore repeats as 3A champ for Hutch. And the West Valley Wolfpack hosted the #1 ranked football team in the state, the Bartlett Golden Bears, last night. But first, all the white stuff that fell during the day had to be plowed off of the field. But despite the icy conditions, Bartlett came out hot. On only their second play of the game, Bartlett's Jordan Pace ran in a TD from the 20-yard line, putting the Golden Bears up early. That would be a sign of things to come. The Wolfpack answered back, though, in the first with 2 Zach Lester passing touchdowns, leaving the score at the end of one, 28-14. Bartlett, though, would start to pull away after that, racking up a total of 688 rushing yards in the brutal conditions. The Golden Bears topple West Valley with a final score of 76-34. And the running game was also key as the North Pole Patriots took on the Kenai Cardinals at home last night. Both teams are considered to be some of the most competitive medium schools in the state, but Kenai showed up, making the game no competition at all. The Cardinals would tally 474 rushing yards. That would be their entire offensive count, all from the ground. Kenai went into the mid-game break with a comfortable 25-0 lead. Not much would change in the second half there, and the Cardinals would win over the Patriots 45-8. And while some teams did get out to tear up the powder on the gridiron, the severe weather did cause some issues. The Eielson Ravens football team was scheduled to duke it out with the Houston Hawks, that is, earlier today, but the game will now be moved to Sunday at 1 in the afternoon at Buck Nydstrom Field. Road conditions on the Parks Highway are what kept the Hawks nested on Saturday. And that about brings us to the buzzer for sports tonight. Don't forget to log on to Twitter and follow us at KTVF 11 Sports for our latest updates. Katie Looper has your weather forecast coming up next. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next weekend.